Let's take it back to 2017. Kendrick Lamar dropped an album, the Pats came back from 28-3 in the Super Bowl, and the Bulls were an 8th seed off the backs of a pseudo Big Three at Jimmy Butler, Dwyane Wade, and Rajon Rondo. Yeah. However, despite the wonky fit between those three, the Bulls actually had a 2-0 lead against the first-seeded Boston Celtics before Rajon Rondo injury flipped the series on its head. This would be the end of the last playoff series that the Bulls would actually play in up to this day. Following that season, Wade left for the Cavs, Rondo joined the Pelicans, and Jimmy Butler was traded on draft night for a package that included Zach LaVine and Lauri Markkanen. Moreover, I don't even think Bulls fans were prepared for what turbulent of a season the next 4 years would be for the Bulls.
Hey Jim, you're a clown. Any smart person would fire you. You're a clown, buddy.
Fred Hoiberg was axed during the 2018 season, and the Bulls made it their mission to hire the worst coach we've seen in a very long time, Jim Boylen. Jim Boylen boasts the second worst winning percentage of any coach in Bulls history, had a terrible relationship with players, had terrible rotations, misutilized Lauri Markkanen, and had the most confusing contract extension saga we've seen from a coach. Also in this stretch was Bobby Portis punching Mirotic in practice, a revolving door of different point guards, and Lauri Markkanen slumping despite acquiring anchor arms. But if you fast forward till today, it's clear and obvious that the Chicago Bulls are back to being a respectable playoff team, having both acquired Lonzo Ball and Demar Derozan to the team that already has talent in its own right. In Lonzo, the Bulls have a breath of fresh air from the carousel of point guards they've had over the past 3 or 4 years. And at the same time, he also addresses pressing issues that the Bulls have had over the past few years. Defense in the backcourt, and a natural playmaker. Given that Zach LaVine isn't the greatest defensively, it's obviously advantageous to have another guard in the backcourt who can guard the tougher assignment on the opposing backcourt. And who better to do this than one of the best defenders at the point guard position? Not only that, the Bulls get a much needed playmaker at the point guard position who can unlock most of the talent on the roster. Up until this point, the Bulls have had playmakers who are capable of playmaking, but it's never really been consistent on a game-by-game basis, and none of those players were particularly elite at that level. But insert Lonzo, now you have one of the most talented playmakers in the entire league. Lonzo is far from perfect and isn't going to morph into Steph Curry with a 40-inch vertical with the Bulls. However, he does address two of the biggest needs on the roster while still providing great shooting off the ball, someone who can push the pace, and someone who can take some of the load off of Zach LaVine. The Bulls also acquired Demar Derozan this offseason as well, and I think that he provides much needed offensive versatility to this team too. The acquisition of Derozan provides the Bulls an option at the 3, who is a good playmaker and again can take the load off of Zach LaVine offensively. And just as importantly, creating for Zach LaVine so that he doesn't have to create everything for himself and so that he can operate more off ball. Derozan isn't going to stretch to the 3-point line for this team, but there's still great utility in his mid-range game. Now more than ever, he's utilizing the threat of his mid-range game as a means to play make for others, and he was one of the best isolation scorers in the league this last season. Given the ability of Ball, LaVine, and Vucevic to stretch the floor at a competent level, I don't see Derozan's fit to be as off-putting as some might believe. Rounding out the starting 5 will more than likely be Patrick Williams at the 4, the Bulls' lottery pick from last draft. Patrick Williams, or the Paul as Stacey King likes to put it, showed flashes as to why he was worthy of a high selection. Though not comfortable yet stretching to the 3-point line, it's easy to see his promise as a mid-range shooter, being able to get to his spots and rise over defenders. Prior to the draft, it was debated whether Williams would be best suited as a 3 or as a 4, but given his need of improvement on his handle and footwork, I think he's best suited at the 4 against less agile defenders. Being surrounded by better players next season, especially playmakers like Ball and Derozan, should make the game much easier for Pat Williams as well. And with Derozan now in the starting 5, it's logical to believe that we'll at least see some increased volume with respect to 3-point shooting from him as well. This increase in volume is pretty much necessary given that Derozan also specializes in mid-range game, and it's ideal to have at least 4 people who can stretch the 3-point line at any given time. Not expecting a huge increase in his spot-up attempts, but the more the merrier if he can knock them down at a solid rate. The last notable signing of the Bulls this offseason was Alex Caruso, a great utility player who you can plug and play with a variety of lineups. Caruso is a great catch-and-shoot 3-point shooter, and of course, a good perimeter defender who brings you life and energy to the game. Again, a nice piece for the Bulls. Overall, the Bulls' offseason acquisitions make them without a doubt a playoff team if they are in fact healthy. They won't be competing with the likes of the Nets, Bucks, or even the Heat for a title, but I highly doubt that Bulls fans even care in the immediate future. Just a few years ago, they had to deal with Jim Boylen, Garpax, and Luke Cornett minutes, but now they're destined to make the playoffs for the first time in 5 years. Thank you guys for watching, and be sure to like and subscribe for more content like this. Each like only takes a second of your time, but helps the algorithm push this video out to more people. So smash the like button and subscribe so we can reach 1,500 subscribers. Thank you guys for watching, and see you in the next one. Stay tuned.